she's gotta get that fixed. Okay. And any exhausted readies? There are none. Encounter phase. Daniela does not get anything. Marie is in Miskatonic. She finds the clue card. Alright, let's see what happens. She is in the science building. You agree to do some testing for the researchers. You gain $2. Okay, so she's going to gain $2, which will give her, that's going to be a total of 5. They show you photographs taken of other worlds. Do an observation. She got an observation of 4. 2, 3, 4. That is a success. If you pass, you make out the forms of specific creatures. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Okay. Finally. Good deal. She gets the clue. And this goes discard that you can't see, but I promise it's there. Cool. She's taking care of Nathaniel. North Side. And, okay, he's got the clue too. Let's see what he can do. Train station. Train passengers are terrified by the portal that has appeared in the station. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Cool. We like clues. You calm the passengers. Influence. 1. Epic fail. If you pass, if you fail, you will never recover. Yep. Suffer 1 horror. Okay, so he's going to suffer a horror. It's not a big deal. Put that on the precious memento. And that was a pass because we did gain the clue, so that will go up there. Cool. Now for the laugh and chuckle phase that just absolutely sucks. All right, so Doom for the first is going to be an Uptown. Oh gosh, the old magic shop, and I think there's already 2 there. Shoot. Okay. 1, which creates an anomaly. The second one goes on the scenario sheet. So, there we go. Second token, clue token. Clue token from Uptown. And, that gets discarded. Uptown gets a clue token. Of course. And then Uptown 2. Whoop. And that will go there. Alright. For Marie Limbaugh, we have Doom in. Really? Gosh, dang it. Black Cave. And that's 2, which means 2 go on the sheet. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is bad. And blank for a second one, and the only 2 left are newspaper, and newspaper. So Norman's going to get 2 headline cards. So 1, 2. Alright, first headline card. Symposium snafu. Noted scholar found dead. Tainted food suspected. No foul play at work, authorities say. If you have 1 or more clues, which I do, you become cursed. Yay! And the curse condition. When resolving a test, only 6s counts, and I have to pass the test in order to get rid of the cursed condition. Woohoo! Really wish I'd have picked that one second, especially if there's a test involved in this one. Say it. Stocks stutter as banks mutter. Good times can't last forever, warn senior economists. Coolidge silent. Fed chair insists economic setbacks temporary and mild. Headline, rumor, add this card to the Kodak and discard other rumor headlines. Well, we actually have not had that happen yet, so this will be our first rumor. Let's we can still see that. That's all right. Discard the item of the highest. Discard the item in the display with the highest value. That's going to be the cigarette case. While this card is in the codex, reduce the size of the display by 1 card. Okay, so this gets discarded, which sucks, but it happens. And now we can only have 4 items in the display instead of the normal 5. So now we have the camera, the token of fate, the map of Arkham, fine clothes. That is the completion of the Mythos realm. 1, 2, 3. So now Dart with a move action. 1, 2. Well, she's going to pay $1 to go 1 more space. Okay, so sorry, I had a phone call I had to take right there. So she did her move, paid her $1, and I think she's also going to use the Smoky Velvet to have Norman move. 1, 2. Then her second action is going to be a ward action for 3, 4, 5. Yep. 5 dice. Woo! Holy cow! She gets rid of all 3 of those. Holy cannoli! I may change what I do then with the. Oh, no, it's not going to matter. 3. So she clears out those 3. She gets a remnant. She doesn't really need, but hey, why not? And that is her 2 actions. Norman is going to ward with 4 dice up here. And that is a success. So that doom is removed. His next action, I think he's going to go here. Be ready to ward again, maybe. And then, so that's his 2 actions. That was a ward and a move. Daniela is going to attack for 3 strength, 4 strength with her token, plus another 3 for her wrench, so 7, and hope she just hits once this hulking throw. And actually, I think I forgot about the ability. Every time this hulking thrall attacks, because I know she's taking at least 1 attack, you're supposed to be cursed unless you spend a remnant. I don't know if that's happened once or twice, but she has 5, so erring on the side of caution, I'm going to say she would have spent, we'll say she spent 2 of those to ignore that. So 1 hit is what we're looking for. Just out of 7 dice, how? There's 2 hits, which does kill the thrall. So the thrall goes away. She gains the remnant for killing the thrall because of the card. That's her first action. Her second action, I think, I'm looking under here, there's 1 there. Okay, so there's only 1 in each. She can go 3 to here, so she's going to move to there. They'll actually get her closer to the church. Yeah. And hope she doesn't take a horror from something. So that's her 2 actions. Attack, move, and hope that we don't get anything in Miskatonic either. Alright, Monster Phase. Monsters activate. There are no monsters that are ready. Yes, there are. Sorry. The Whippoorwill, I always do that backwards. I always want to do the fighting first and then the other. Okay. Whippoorwill is going to move. And toward and engage the nearest investigator. Well, that is our man, Nathaniel. Seen that before. It's going to make all his rolls -1, but he still can do his actions like it's not there, have encounters, etc. So that's good. It just makes him harder to do things in general. The Altered Servant is going to move. Currently, the Black Cave is the unstable space. So, it's going to move toward the unstable space. Engage anybody with the most clues. So, 1, you can move 2. 1, 2. Ooh. So, I mean, I guess, in the interest of fairness, if it's equidistant, it would attack. So we're going to say that that is going to engage Mr. Smith. Mr. Norman Withers. This is not good. Not good at all. I mean, he's got a little bit of health, but he may be alright for a little bit. So that's all monsters ready to activate. Engage monsters attack. The Whippoorwill does nothing. However, the Altered Servant is going to do 1 of each to Nathaniel. Norman. Gosh, I'm never going to get his name right. I'm going to go ahead and put that damage on the memento. Okay. So he's got 1 of each on there. That kind of sucks. Exhausted monsters, refresh, readies, nothing to go there. Counter phase, everybody will have any counter phase except for Norman, so unfortunately he can't have one. Alright, down here in Anomalyville, Daniela first. She has 1 doom in her space. Independent of your control, one of your hands begins withering and drawing abominable things. You suffer 2 horror. Oh no, really? Oh no. Gosh dang it. Okay, well, you suffer 2 horror. That'll put her to 6, which is 1 more than she has. So that's going to kill her. Alright, we'll just go ahead and do Marie's. She has no in her space. You sleep with trouble by powerful dreams of faraway places and a sinister voice that promises you power. Check your will. Her will is a 2. And she just had a success, okay. If you pass, you awake and know what to do. You remove 1 doom from any space in your neighborhood. We'll remove it from there, which actually removes the anomaly. Hey! If you fail, you wake with a strange scar. You suffer 1 damage and 1 horror. Okay. So, we got rid of an anomaly, but we lost Daniela in the process. So, I think that means, let me double check and see how that works. If that immediately gets replaced or not. Hold on. Alright, so here's what we have to do. An investigator passes away from either hitting 0 sanity or having however much sanity they can have or damage. You remove the hero from the game. You pick a new hero. All the items that hero had are discarded. And a new hero will start at the beginning of the next turn. So we still have to do the Mythos Phase before we get a new hero. But I've already gone and picked that hero out. And this is our new hero, Wendy Adams. She starts with $1. Here's her card. So shortcut is her action. Before or after you perform an additional action as part of an evade action, you may move up to 2 spaces. So normally you evade and then you get an additional action basically so that you get both of your actions on your turn. But she actually gets to move and then gets her additional action, which is pretty cool. She has a focus limit of 3. You can see her stats. Decent lore, great observation, decent will. Strength's not very good, and influence is abysmal. Like I said, she starts with $1. And I believe that she can start on a space with another investigator when she does start. Her items are as follows. One of these was random. One of these was required. So the random one was Mr. Palterson. Before one or more monsters would attack you, you may discard this card to disengage and exhaust those monsters. And then the second one is Mama's Amulet. Once per round, you may prevent one damage or horror that you would suffer. So, interesting. She will start over here. We'll say Mr. Hawthorne. Just remember, she is not, at this point, going to be pulling anything from the Mythos bag. So, we don't have any more Mythos tokens in the bag, so they're all going to go back in here. I'm going to give it a shuffle, and we're going to start with Marie. So, we've got a monster, and then we've got a headline. Okay, monster. We have Void Touched. Spawn at the street space nearest the leader. Well, I guess we'll say Marie took over. I guess I technically should have probably picked that. So let's move this token to here. So Marie took over. So the street space nearest Marie here or here, these are equally distant. I'm going to say here. And then a newspaper. Alright. Wild animals attack Spire. Headline: choose one non-epic monster in any space. Well, there's only one left, so Void Touch. You suffer damage equal to the monster's remaining health. Oh, gosh. So, Void Touched is what's the only thing on the board in any space. Well, it says in any space. So we could either take... Interesting. Well, it's too healthy either way, so the question is, what would we rather take? Actually, let's leave that there. Oh, no. Each investigator... No, yeah, let's do... Yeah, let's instead... Let's get rid of this from Norman Withers. Because it says space. I may be doing this wrong, but I'm going to assume it doesn't say that it can't be engaged or whatever. So I'm going to assume that we can do that with this. So she's going to take 2 damage. Going to take 2 damage. This is going to be defeated. I guess that means she gets a remnant, because you're supposed to get a remnant when you defeat it. I'm going to say she does. And that takes care of that headline. So yeah, she took the damage, but she didn't get rid of that. So honestly, that's not a bad deal, I don't think. Whippoorwill is annoying, but it only takes 1 to defeat. So, alright, here we go. And Doom for Norman. And, oh god, another monster. Let's get this over here. Alright. Doom in Rivertown. Uh-oh. Dang it. Alright. Rivertown gets another Doom. Because it has the anomaly, it goes straight to this space. That means the scenario sheet now has 6 total doom, which is not good. And that completes the Mythos phase. So now we have everybody here. Let's move her there. Then she'll use her Smoky Velvet, which we'll say went there, to move Marie to here. And then her second action will be gather resources. She'll just get a buck. Let's do that. So she's done. Okay. Norman. Right here, he's going to attempt to ward. Hopefully he can get a 6. Oh, yes. Yes, he got a 6. Awesome. So he passed. So this doom goes away. And this cursed status goes away. Because, remember, it says after you pass a test, discard this card. And we just did. So he's finally... I'll say finally. He hasn't been cursed that long. But I thought that might take longer to do, unfortunately. So he's not cursed, and he couldn't have done that. Dang it. Just realized that he had an enemy. No, Whippoorwill does not. Oh, it should have rolled 1 fewer die, too. Shoot. Oh, well. We'll say he was able to do that. Now he's going to combat against the Whippoorwill for his next action. Just to get rid of it. Wow, that is horrible. Let's use his rabbit's foot. Looking for a 5 or a 6. Oh my god, that's really. Really? Alright. Wendy. Wendy is going to ward. Up here, she can ward. That'll get rid of this. And she does successfully ward. Boom. The anomaly is removed. Even better. And then she's going to focus. Let's focus her lore for her second action. And that completes her action phase. Alright. Each ready monster activates. The only ready monster we have is the Velvet Touched. And each investigator suffers 1 horror. Just everybody gets a horror straight up. So we're going to put out 1 horror. 1 horror. 1 horror and 1 horror. Not the worst, but we do need to deal with that at some point. Right. Each engaged monster activates. The only engaged monster we have is this Whippoorwill, which doesn't actually do any damage. And any exhausted monsters ready. We don't have any exhausted monsters that are readied. That need to be readied. So now we just go to the encounter phase. So, Wendy is in Rivertown. Let's see what we got in Rivertown. Alright, she is at the graveyard. Apparently everybody goes to the graveyard. Let's see. Leonard Colburn, the groundskeeper, is desperate for help and hires you to dig a grave. Gain $3. Okay. So, child labor. That's cool. Not really. The ground is hard and the work is slow going. Test strength. Ooh, she only has 2 strength, so. Oh, she does get success. If you fail, blah, blah, blah. If you fail, your work takes you into the night, and you're caught in the middle of an illicit deal between the men and belong, become one. Okay, cool. So, didn't get anything for passing, but failing would have caused us to get the wanted status, so we don't want to do that. For sure. Cool. She's done. Marie is in Uptown. Let's see what Marie gets. She gets a clue card. She is in St. Mary's Hospital. A woman with milky eyes leaves the pharmacy laden with drugs. You may spend $1 to bribe the orderly. So, she's got plenty of cash. Let's do. If you do, she fetches some painkillers and tells you which psychoactive drug the woman bought. You or an ally recovers 3 health, and you gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Okay. So, she gains the clue, and there's 3 health recovered from her. Awesome. And this will go here. Alright. And Norman is in Rivertown. So we'll draw a Rivertown card, and we get a regular card. He is in the general store. You stand for a while with the shopkeep. This is where I can read it. Stand for a while with the shopkeep watching the rain patter against the front window. You or an ally recovers 1 sanity. Alright, so he doesn't have an ally. Well, he does, but he doesn't have any damage on him. Sanity on him. So, when a grocery truck lumbers by, the rumbling shakes you from your shared reverie, and David Schaffner turns to you. What can I help you with today? You may buy any number of common items from the display. Any number of common items. How much money does he have? He has $3. So, what he can actually afford of these 2 items. So this is so these are the 2 items that we could potentially buy. Token of Faith. If this item suffers 1 or more horror, you recover 1 sanity, or on a street space, monsters don't engage you. I'm going to say, I don't know, that Token of Faith could prove useful in a pinch. So let's just go ahead and buy the Token of Faith. Let's just do that. It goes there. We refill. We refill with a revolver. You get +2 as part of an attack action for $3, one-handed. That'll go back into the display. And that is the encounter phase. For everybody, this card is a Rivertown card, so it goes to the back. Like so. Thought that was odd. Shoot, at some point in time, somebody should have got the Rivertown clue. Is there a Rivertown clue here? Well, there's definitely a clue there. And there's not one in the deck, so I was thinking I should have hit it by now. I'm glad I checked. I've been waiting the whole game for that. I'm going to say... Oops. I'm going to say at some point in time he must have got it. And then after you get a clue, remove 2 horror from this card. Boom. Yep. So we'll just do that. That's kind of trying to fix something I probably screwed up a little while back, but I'm not going to go back and roll the tape and try to figure that out. Okay. We do definitely need to get those onto the scenario card, though, for sure. Alright. The Mythos Phase. This time, Wendy will participate. Clue. Okay, and a clue is at Miskatonic University. So, Miskatonic University. I'll shuffle that in a moment. And the second one is going to be... this is probably going to be real bad. Gate Burst at Northside. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's just barely. So, 1, 2, 3. Well, Northside just became somewhere we got to get to. All right. We'll read blank. Okay. Oh, wow. Blank and blank. Norman. Doom. And... oh, blank. Okay. So we basically just have one Doom we need to put out. And it's going to be in North Side. Of course it's going to be in North Side. At the Arkham Advertiser. Boop-a-doo. We go there, so that means there's now 5. Which means, boom, that goes there. Now, normally, if this wasn't already here, because there's a scar, we would have to place a scar, but since there's already one there, we do not. Dang, that's where I needed to go, too. Oh, Lord. Okay, we'll start, I think, with Marie. She's going to move 1, 2, engage the void touched. So here's the void touched. After you defeat the monster part of an attack action, you gain 1 spell. We've seen it before. Remnant, 2 health. Go right there with her. Then she'll do an attack action, which is going to give her 3 for her strength, 2 plus 1 plus Grand Mira's knife. Gives her plus 2 as part of an attack action, so she's going to actually get 2 additional dice. So she's going to get a total of 5 dice. And that is 2 hits, a 5 and a 6. Okay, so she actually kills the void touched. It was part of an attack action, so she gets a spell. She also gets a remnant. Good Lord. So the void touch goes here. She gets a spell. So she gets binding. Action, choose 1 monster on any space and test lore using that monster's evade modifier. If you pass, exhaust that monster. It disengages. Okay. Interesting. So she could remove the whippoorwill, but that's not a good one. We're gonna probably try to take care of that right now. I forgot to reset that rabbit's foot. Okay. That is her 2 actions. And I forgot to flip these over. Alright. So she's done. Probably should have observed, but Norman is going to focus combat. Sorry, focus strength. First action. Then he's going to do combat, which would normally be 3 dice, but becomes 2 dice because of the whippoorwill. And no modifier against the whippoorwill. So, needing a 5 or a 6. There's a 4. You use the rabbit's foot to re-roll. Okay. And, of course, nothing. So that's just 2 actions. Wendy. Let's see. She's going to go 1, 2. She's going to go ahead and go 3. She is going to pay that $1 to go 3. And then she is going to ward with 3. Oops. Alright, that's 5 or 6. Alright, so there's 1. Take 1 off. So that's her move and attack. Alright, monsters. Any ready monsters activate. There are none. Any engaged monsters activate. Whippoorwill. It's the only thing engaged. So, there you go. Nothing needs to exhaust. Or, not exhaust. Nothing needs to start. Alright, so now we go to encounters, and let's just start from the top. Wendy is at a temporal fissure, so she has 1 in her space. So your thoughts are filled with 1,000 voices, each trying to compel you to submit to their arcane power test will. That's a 3. Okay, nothing. If you pass, if you fail, touching them was unwise, you become cursed. Dang it all. So, wait, these don't matter. That's right, cursed and blessed cards are the same. So she's become cursed. She has to roll 6s. Woohoo. So exciting. Alright. That's hers. Marie is in a street space. Okay. And she is in a scenic. Alright. You find a crate of fireworks abandoned on the side of the road. If you can find something in this damp box that hasn't been ruined by the rain, it could prove a useful distraction. You may become delayed to exhaust 1 monster in any space. It disengages any monster when it exhausts. No. I'm not going to become delayed. She needs to get up here and start taking care of that, so we're not going to become delayed. Alright, and then Norman, even though, remember, he does have this whippoorwill, it does say specifically that it does not affect his encounters. So he is going to have another Rivertown encounter. And he is at the general store. So you may buy any number of common items from the display. And depending on, for each item we buy, we can recover 1 sanity. Well, he has no money, so not going to be buying anything in Rivertown. It would have been nice to get the revolver. I should have not. Well, then I wouldn't have got that item. Dang it. Had the potential to be so good. Okay, so now the laugh and chuckle phase with the Mythos bag. So, starting with Wendy, a clue. Clue is going to be in South Side. So, let's take a clue marker, place it on South Side. I'll shuffle that in a moment. Then we have another headline. Let's see what headline we have. Boom. For each clue you have, suffer 1 horror unless you discard that clue. She has none. Awesome sauce. And then the last 2 that are in the bag for Marie, we have Doom at North Side, which of course has this. And that is going to be 1, because it's got the anomaly, remember. It goes straight to the scenario sheet. And the second, is the Reckoning. Reckoning effect. Okay, we don't have any wanteds or anything else, dark packs, but remember we do have Veil of Twilight. Place 1 doom in each space with a scar. Mended scars don't count, but we do have 1 there. So we add, that's 8. 1 more. 1 more, and we have to flip that Kodak card. It's probably going to be real bad. Alright, so that's there too. So now I have to pull from Sanford. The bag's empty. Sorry, for Norman. So we put everything back in. Give it a good shuffle. And he gets another Doom. And a clue. Okay, Doom and a clue. So Doom, Rivertown. So here at the graveyard. Boom. And then a clue in Northside, which is not going to do us a whole lot of good. Put it underneath there. And go to the north side deck. 1, 2 cards. Alright. There we go. That's the Mythos Phase done. Everybody is ready to go. And I forgot, I also need to shuffle in the south side card. Boom. Okay. So, try this again. We're going to start with Norman, who is going to attempt to attack this whippoorwill with 3 dice minus 1 because the whippoorwill negates 1. So, looking for a success. Come on. Finally, all it took was 1. Jeez. That thing is gone. Alright, his next action is going to be a research action. So that's going to be 3 dice, trying to get one of these clues up there. There we go. Oh, wow. Each success, so he actually puts 2 clues up there. Ooh. This is good. This is good. Maybe. No, this is great. Marie is going to go next. No, Marie is not going to go next. Wendy is going to go next. She's going to use... You spend 2 clues from the scenario sheet to mend a scar in your space. A mended scar does nothing, does not cause doom from during the awakening. So she's going to spend these 2 clues, which mends that scar. And remember, this says, once you have mended 3 scars, we flip card 25. So we flip card 25. This goes away. And what do we have? The ritual is complete, whispers a voice that flows through you like oil. You see a luminous spiral, glowing orbs descend from the sky and gather around Carl Sanford, settling on his skin like fireflies, before being absorbed within him. The power is mine, Sanford says with a sigh. Now all will be as I will it. Sanford turns to his inner circle, a group that now includes you, and smiles. My friends, now our true work begins. Under Sanford's leadership, the Order of the Silver Twilight spreads to the 4 corners of the world. You unite humanity under the Order's benevolent leadership. Sacrifices must be made, but as you recline in your luxurious office, looking out at the city that you effectively rule in the Order's name, it's hard to even remember those who once stood in your way. The Silver Twilight Lodge wins the game. Investigators who are truly loyal to the Lodge win the game. So, yeah, there you go. So, we won. Awesome. That is so exciting because that does not happen. That very rarely happens. I honestly, because like I said, I've not played this. I was really honestly afraid that that was going to end up being like a ruse, and there's like the scenario was counting down, but there needed to be like some other path because Sanford was going to like take over the world, and it's like he was just as bad, or he was going to end up summoning something or whatever, and we would win because he got too much power too. So I'm glad I made that choice because I almost did not make that choice. I almost went against it. So I'm sure we would have still had to mend the scars, but probably a different way, maybe. I don't know. But we won, which is so amazing. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing and hanging out at the table here with me. Again, this is Arkham Horror 3rd Edition by Fantasy Flight Games. Amazing game. If you like the Cthulhu Mythos, H.P. Lovecraft, this is awesome. I have never played the 2nd edition, so I can't speak to Arkham Horror 2nd edition or even Eldritch Horror, because I've not played that. This is the first one that I've played in the Lovecraft universe, and I love it. I know that a lot of people with 2nd edition weren't super happy with 3rd edition, but that's just where my point of jumping in was, so there you go. But we did it. Congratulations. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Check us out on the Board Game Loser channel. Check out some of the other playthroughs. This is the 3rd in that series, so we're going to continue on with this series. And yeah, I will see you, my friends, in the next video. Bye, guys.